Hey guys, what's up? Today we have an announcement over some reprints that will be featured within the Legendary Duelists Dragons pack. The first set of cards are the Legendary Dragons of Atlantis. It does mention that this source is not necessarily authentic because no one at the moment should have the particular packs as they are yet to be released. But since we've got this information, I'm going to at least inform you of what's available. The first card is Eternal Soul. This is a continuous trap card that says every Dark Magician in your monster zone is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. If this face-up card leaves the field, destroy all monsters you control. You can only use the following effect of Eternal Soul once per turn. You can activate one of these effects, special summon one Dark Magician from your hand or graveyard, or add one Dark Magic attack or Thousand Knives from your deck to your hand. This card is a staple within the Dark Magician deck and has only had one printing, so this will at least make it accessible. It was released as a secret rare on the 6th of October 2016 in Legendary Decks 2. Next card is Apprentice Illusion Magician. This is a Dark Spellcaster level 6 with 2000 attack and 1700 defense, and its effect is 1. You can special summon this card from your hand by discarding one card. 2. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Dark Magician from your deck to your hand. And 3. During damage calculation in either player's turn, when another Dark Spellcaster type monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. That monster you control gains 2000 attack and defense during that damage calculation. This card has had no prints within the TCG, and at least means you can actually access this card, as in the OCG it was very expensive. You were looking at a few £100 to get this card. Now at least, everyone can run it if they wish. This card is very useful within the deck, as this is easy to summon. It can search for a Dark Magician, which will enable faster combos, and this card can act like a more specific version of Honest, as you can make a Dark Magician up to 4500 attack. Since this can work both in the hand and on the field, means it is more versatile. The next card is Magician Navigation. This is a normal trap card that says special summon one Dark Magician from your hand, then special summon one level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster monster from your deck. If you control Dark Magician, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one face-up spell or trap card your opponent controls. It has its effects negated until the end of this turn. This card is a staple within the deck. It enables you to bring out 2 Dark Magicians as well as negate a back row card once whilst this card is in the graveyard. This can help to protect your cards, especially if you have Eternal Soul on the field and your opponent activates either a Twin Twister or a Heavy Storm Duster. This card has had 2 releases, one within the Dark Illusion as a secret rare on the 4th of August 2016, and the other in the 2017 Mega Tin on the 24th of August 2017, so literally a year and 20 days later in comparison. So it has had a very recent reprint, so I would consider it really doesn't need one. The last card supporting Dark Magicians is Dark Magical Circle. This is a continuous spell card that says when this card is activated, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, then you can reveal one Dark Magician or one spell or trap card that specifically lists the card Dark Magician in its text among them, and add it to your hand. Also place the remaining cards on top of your deck in any order. If Dark Magician is normal or special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can target one card your opponent controls and banish it. You can only use each effect of Dark Magical Circle once per turn. This card is the bread and butter of the deck. It encourages an initial search, and whenever you bring out a Dark Magician, you can banish one of your opponent's cards. This typically in certain decks means they are unable to recover their cards which is always a nice bonus. This card was released on the 4th of August 2016 in the Dark Illusion set. This set had a lot of support for Dark Magicians, which is why it's the same as the other one was. And it was a secret rare at that time. And it also received a reprint in the Mega Tin on the 24th of August 2017. The next set of cards are reprints for the Cyber Dragons archetype. The first is Cyber Network. This is a continuous trap card that says, destroy this card during your third standby phase after activation. Once per turn, if Cyber Dragon is on the field, you can banish one light machine type monster from your deck. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, special summon as many of your banished light machine type monsters as possible, and if you do, destroy all spell and trap cards you control. Monsters that were special summoned by this effect cannot activate their effects. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. This card acts like a more restrictive soul charge, as it can only work when this card is destroyed, and unless your opponent intends on doing so, you will have to wait 3 turns to use this effect. On the plus side, the benefit of this waiting is you can guarantee banishing 3 monsters, and plan your strategy around this, and this helps to enable you to bring out your Cyber Dragon Infinity. This card was released in the Cyber Dragon Revolution structure deck as a common on the 6th of February 2014. This is the only release of the card, and since it has been 3 years, it is needed. The next card is Cyber Dragon Infinity. This is a light machine Xyz, rank 6, with 2100 attack and 1600 defense, and it requires 3 level 6 light machine type monsters. Its effect is once per turn. You can also Xyz summon Cyber Dragon Infinity by using Cyber Dragon Nova you control as the Xyz material. Xyz materials attached to that monster also become Xyz materials on this card. This card gains 200 attack for each Xyz material attached to it. Once per turn, you can target one face-up attack position monster on the field, attach it to this card as a face-up Xyz material. Once per turn, during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated, you can detach one Xyz material from this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. This is the newest Cyber Dragon to be released, and the most useful as it can increase its attack, steal an opponent's monster, provided it's in attack position, so even stronger monsters can be removed, and help to refuel its negation effect, and can prevent a card effect from, in a sense, working. This card was released back in Breakers of Shadow on the 14th of January 2016 as a secret rare, and in the 2016 Mega Tin on the 1st of September 2016 as a secret rare. This reprint is needed as it can be difficult to access with its rarity being as high, and so if it's provided as a lesser rarity, it will be easier to draw. The next card is Cyber Repair Plant. This is a normal spell card that says, if Cyber Dragon is in your graveyard, you can activate one of these effects. If you have 3 or more Cyber Dragons in your graveyard at activation, you can activate both effects and resolve in sequence. You can only activate one Cyber Repair Plant per turn. You can add one light machine type monster from your deck to your hand. The other target is the one light machine type monster in your graveyard. Shuffle that target into your deck. This is useful as it can recover your monsters or to enable a search for a specific card you want. This card was released in the Cyber Dragon Revolution structure deck as a common on the 6th of February 2014. The next card is Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. This is a Dark Machine Fusion level 5 monster with 2100 attack and 1600 defense, and it requires 2 or more Cyber Dragon monsters, and its effect is a fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above fusion materials. When this card is fusion summoned, you can target spell and trap cards on the field up to the number of fusion materials used for its fusion summon, destroy them. Once per turn, you can send up to 2 light machine type monsters from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, for each monster sent to the graveyard, this card gains 1 additional attack during each battle phase this turn. This card is useful as you can remove spell and trap cards from your opponent's field, and means you can remove problematic cards before you have to deal with them. The other effect, to attack multiple times, means you can deal a lot of damage, and by sending the machine types to the graveyard, you can access these cards by card effects such as Call of the Haunted. This card has only had 1 release. This was in Breakers of Shadow on the 14th of January 2016. The next set of cards are the Dimensional Dragons. These were the cards used in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V era. The first is Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. This is a Dark Dragon Pendulum level 7 with a Pendulum scale of 4, and its attack is 2500, and it has a defense of 2000. Its Pendulum effect is you can reduce the battle damage you take from an attack involving a Pendulum monster you control to 0. During the end phase, you can destroy this card, and if you do, add 1 Pendulum monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. You can only use each Pendulum effect of Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon once per turn. The monster effect is, if this card battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent is doubled. This card is able to reduce damage to your weaker pendulums, and being able to search out for a weaker pendulum is useful, as you can bring out better scales. As for its monster effect to double battle damage, this can be good against very weak monsters, but can be situational. This card has had many releases already, but since this is the alternative artwork, this won't have had the same release examples. Include Duelist Alliance. This was both a secret rare and an ultra rare. This was on the 14th of August 2014. That was the first deck of the Arc V era. You had a Shatterfoil rare in Star Pack Arc V on the 12th of June 2015. It was a common in the Master of Pendulum Structure deck on the 3rd of December 2015. A common in Starter Deck Yuya on the 26th of May 2016. And a super rare in Pendulum Evolution on the 22nd of June 2007. The next card is Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. This is a Dark Dragon Fusion level 8 with 2800 attack and 2000 defense, and requires 2 dark monsters on the field, except tokens. Its effect is, if this card is fusion summoned, you can make this card gain attack equal to 1 opponent's special summoned monster until the end of this turn. Once per turn, you can target 1 level 5 or higher monster your opponent controls. Until the end of this turn, this card's name becomes that monster's original name, and replace this effect with that monster's original effects. If this fusion summoned card is destroyed, you can destroy all your opponent's special summoned monsters. This card is able to become very strong, over 4000 attack, provided there is sufficient monsters on your opponent's field. The ability to copy an effect is good, as your opponent won't be able to predict this card's ability. This card was released in Invasion Vengeance as a secret rare on the 3rd of November 2016, and as a secret rare in the 2017 Mega Tin on the 24th of August 2007. The next card is Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. This is a Dark Dragon Xyz monster, rank 4 with 2500 attack and 2000 defense, and it requires 2 level 4 monsters. Its effect is you can detach 2 Xyz materials from this card, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes half its current attack, and if it does, this card gains that lost attack. This is good as it can cut your opponent's stronger monsters and help to inflict more damage to your opponent. It being generic means anyone can run it. This card was released in the new Challengers as a secret rare and ultimate rare on the 6th of November 2014, as a Shatterfoil rare on the 12th of June 2015 in Star Pack Arc V, and in Wing Raiders as a rare on the 11th of February 2016. This has had a few reprints, and therefore I don't think it deserved one. The last card is Clearwing Synchro Dragon. This is a Wind Dragon Synchro level 7 with 2500 attack and 2000 defense, and it requires 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters, and its effect is once per turn during either player's turn, when another level 5 or higher monster activates its effects on the field, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a monster effect is activated that targets exactly one level 5 or higher monster on the field, and no other cards, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. If this card's effect destroys a monster, this card gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack until the end of this turn. This card can help to shut down your opponent's monster effects, and could be more useful than in comparison to back row negation. This card was released in Cross Souls as a secret, ultimate and ghost rare on the 14th of May 2015, and as a secret rare in the 2016 Mega Tin on the 1st of September 2016. So what do you guys think about these reprints? Did you expect them? What were you hoping for? And with the Dimension Dragons, would you have preferred the alternative artwork or the original? Leave your comments down below, like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and as always, thank you for taking the time to watch this video.
And